Good evening. My name is Raimundo Reyes, and I am the host for Community Advisors RSR. And today we're going to be talking about our new format that we're going to start as of this upcoming month, which we're going to be talking about issues that affects the Hispanic community. And we always encourage people from the Hispanic community and friends of the Hispanic community to send us a message on our Facebook page, Instagram page, Snapchat, TikTok, and or to comment on our YouTube videos to suggest some shows that we can do or some Zoom meetings that we can do, talk about issues about the Hispanic community, things that affect us, the Hispanic community. And today we're gonna be also saying thank you and reviewing our videos and everything, saying thank you for watching us, throughout this process, throughout this live video. And we have been having Zoom meetings since July 6th, and thank you. A lot of them have positive views, and people have been reaching out to us, suggesting also what type of videos we should do. For example, we have the ones from the paleteros and loteros. And Eduardo, do you have any comments or that you want to make? Or
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you very again, like he said, thank you very much for everybody, getting together and paying attention and listening to what we have to say. And we didn't know if we had anything good to say, but evidently we have a lot of stuff that is good because people are talking to us, even during the shows. You guys are emailing, texting us messages with good questions that we want. Some of the questions we don't answer on the air because they're a little bit long, and we want you to get, we want to get the good information to you. So what we do is, whoever the guest is or whoever it is that we can get some information from, we send those things off to those, and as soon as we get those answers, we'll bring them on board to the show, the next one that we have, and that's how we'll usually try to answer those questions. We'll say back on like for instance today, if you ask a question today and it's a little bit long, or if it's something that we don't have the answers to right now, we'll find somebody who does. We'll get the answer. And let's say that on a Wednesday show, we may go ahead and say, hey, you know what? On Monday, we were asked this question. Let's just answer this real quick. And here's the answer to that. So don't hesitate. If we don't answer it on at the time that you ask, don't think we're not going to. We may even call you personally and say, hey, or send you a text personally and say, hey, we want to do that. The new format is designed because you guys have been showing us that you really do want to know the people that we're talking about and what they have to say and the subjects that we're bringing. Evidently, you guys like it. So we decided to start doing a 2-month format. In other words, what we're saying is we have titles already set and subjects ready set for the next 2 months. And some of these are extremely important. We know about the census. It's about to end on September 30th. We know about immigration. Immigration affects a lot of this stuff. It affects the unemployment. It affects people that have stimulus and are married to U.S. citizens. The hospital. There's a lot of things that go on with that. And then just in general, just things like that. Domestic violence, women's shelters, the criminal system, your kids, yourselves being bullied at work or at school, the elections that are coming up, something having to do with religion. We just have a lot of things that we're going to talk about, and that's just in the next 2 months. We hadn't even gone out on November and December and coming up to the new year. So we're looking forward to it, and we're having a lot of fun. So thank you very much.
yes, Eduardo, you had a comment about the census, and it was about the parade that is happening. Can you mention a little bit more about that?
The parade is going to be coming up on Saturday. It's a census parade, car parade. So bring your car out, have it all dressed up, ready to go, and it'll be designed for making everybody aware of the census. It is being sponsored by the city and the county. And we're going to have a lot of nonprofit organizations there as well. The address for that, let me get that for you real quick, is going to be 541 South 75th Street. That's where everybody's going to meet between 9:30 and 10 o'clock on Saturday morning. And then we'll take off, and it's going to be going through Magnolia Park, Pineview, and it's going to go eastbound down Harrisburg, Broadway. Uh, the whole thing is going to be about 30 to 45 minutes long. Go ahead and decorate your car any way you want to, but remember it has to do with the census and people doing that kind of stuff there, okay?
All right, awesome. So just a friendly reminder, please fill out the census. Encourage your family members to fill out the census. And because it's important, a lot of funding comes from the census. So people, the government needs to know how many people live in a particular area to send funds. And we already had a show about the census, so you can always go back and look at it. And so yeah, please fill out the census. Just a small review. We were having shows. We had a show about assuming about COVID-19. You can always go back and look at it, and it talks about how to deal with COVID-19. It was in Spanish. We had Dr. Valdez. Then we had one about the census, one about whenever the consulate was closed from China, how that affects the Hispanic community. And then recently we had a show about education. We had like two shows, three shows about education. We had people from HISD, we had people from Fort Bend ISD, El Paso ISD, Dallas ISD, Earring ISD. So yeah, so we had yeah, we have had shows, and all of them have been successful. We also had one about taxes. So thank you for watching us. And so like Eduardo said, be having important topics to talk about domestic violence, homeless shelter, uh, criminal and civil courts, immigration, businesses, bullying, human trafficking, politics, religion, international politics, education. More shows about the education because a lot of problems might come up once kids return back to school and it's fully online. So there might be some issues with that. So we're gonna have the guests that we had before, invite them again, and then we're gonna have other people who couldn't be that day. We had the last show about education. It was in Spanish, and we're gonna invite them again. And some of them couldn't be because they're Hurricane Laura. So those people those people are going to be joining us whenever we had that show also. So today is mostly a show to say thank you and continue to watch us in our Zoom meetings. And we all provide different perspectives. Eduardo has deal with the federal government and immigration and ICE and all that deal. And what's it? And, right.
Well, we have a lot of things that we want to talk about as well, not just the stuff that we're talking about on the deal there, but the little things that we were looking at, that we thought might be interesting to the community. We're talking from everything you can think of, from the school, people graduating, going to the community college, going to a regular college, people that own businesses or need help with their businesses, with the taxes, with Social Security, with you name it. We're trying to give you some good information down the road. So, like I said, what you guys have done is you've shown us that we're doing something that everybody's interested in. We have a lot of nonprofits and a lot of people in our community that will be coming onto the show, and these are people that you read about, see on the TV, and they are going to have some answers for us as well. So keep all that in mind. Again, we're here for all of you. This is for the Hispanic and Latino community. We want y'all guys to understand that we're here to help try to get answers and give the assistance that we can for everybody, not just the Hispanic, not the Mexican. We want to get just everybody, El Salvadoreño, Guatemalans, Hondurans, you name it, whatever country you're from. If you're here and you need assistance, we're going to try to get that information to you. One of the things we talked about when we're talking about the education deal, if you had a chance to watch, we talked about and we asked them, what about the kids that need special assistance? You know, we have a lot of kids that are on special ed, real special ed, and they need physical things like with wheelchairs and special computers and special software. They need medical attention, but they're kids. They still need these things and they still need to go to school. And we asked those questions. We asked them, try to find out, how are you dealing with that? How's that going to work? How are you going to bring them back into school? How are they going to graduate? How are you going to ensure that they're able to do all that and keep them safe from the COVID? Because COVID again is another deal that we have to deal with. So there's a lot of things out there that we're trying to get the information on. We've had some really great classes, or rather talks with a lot of different people, and that's one of the things that we're trying to get. We're trying to see how we can make all these things better. As you know, if you don't know, if this is the first time you're watching our show, we also record the entire show. So that means that at the end of the day, we will post it, and we post it on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, you name it. We've got
Yeah,
something there. We got an
definitely.
account there. So if
We,
you miss it, don't worry about it. If you know, oh man, today's Monday and I missed their show, don't worry about it. You can wait till after 8 o'clock and we'll put it up online and you can sit there and watch it anyway. So,
yeah,
and you can still send us comments. I mean, we want to know, even if we do a lousy job, we want to know what we did wrong because we're not perfect. We're here to have fun. We want you to have fun, but we're trying to get you some good information. So,
definitely. And so yeah, we have uh platforms of major social media. It's like Eduardo mentioned. We have YouTube, so you can always watch the show in YouTube. All the Zoom meetings that we had from different topics and with the
yeah,
elected officials that are all on YouTube. And then also whenever you go into Twitter and TikTok and also Facebook, you can also watch them there. Obviously, whenever you go to Twitter, Snapchat, or WhatsApp, or there's a small video, obviously, and then on there you're gonna find the link, and you can always watch the whole video whenever you have a chance. And also, that's an important reminder: if you can, please follow us on Instagram, please follow us on TikTok, please follow us on Twitter, and add us in Snapchat, and give us a like here on our Facebook page. And like Eduardo said, this show is about, you know, helping the Hispanic community, sharing information, and providing answers to things that people don't know, and then sometimes we don't even know. That's why we invite, people who are in charge, who have a public office, who know, who are dealing with issues and problems, who their office is to resolve those issues, right, Eduardo?
well, another thing too is I want to let everybody know that our information that we give you is fresh. And how fresh is it? Well, I just told you about the census. I just told you about the car parade. I just told you that we're going to meet at 9:30. We're going to meet at the certain location, and all that good. I gave you all that information. I got that this morning at 11:30. So we all have this information today. This is fresh, and I can get right now if I need to. If you got a question on it, you can send me a question. I can get it to the guy that's in charge of that right now on email, and I will get a response from him within 30 minutes. I guarantee it. So that's how fresh our stuff is. So if we tell you, hey, guess what? HISD is going to be giving out free this or free that, or they're going to be giving this and they're going to do that. It's not because we heard it on the news. It's because we called the guy and find out from him today.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah. So I guess that what we're trying to tell you is that to the public is that whenever we have Zoom meetings, it's information that comes from people who we deal with directly. Then we reach out to them and they provide that information. And also, we all bring personal experience to the Zoom meeting. We all have our background. As other like mentioned before, he has his background. He's a member of LULAC, so he has his old background. and Maria, who couldn't join us today. She has her own background, and she deals also with people, and I have my background in politics. So we all have different backgrounds. Eduardo with federal government, Maria with taxes, and I with politics. And you can always look us up on Facebook and social media or Google. You can find our information. And so whenever we have shows, we reach out to those people, and those people provide the information, or we try to contact them after the show whenever we're not able to answer your question during the time of the show, like Eduardo said. Other than that, Eduardo, you had mentioned something about maybe we can talk about a little bit about the resources for people that dealt in the state of Texas and Louisiana a little bit with the Hurricane Laura, or should we do it from another show?
We can talk a little bit about
All
that.
right.
FEMA is working really hard right now in the area of on the other side of the state line in Louisiana, trying to make sure that everybody is being taken care of. We got a lot of people from here, a lot of ambulances and doctors and fire people and that went over there to try to help as well. We've got a lot of rescue type of teams that are over there right now trying to cut down trees and all that stuff. A lot of electric people that work here for, Centerpoint and all that, they're down there working on all this stuff as well. Telephone, AT&T. If you get Xfinity, Comcast, they're down there working on that too. Verizon, everybody's out there and they're working really hard to do all that. They're not the only ones. If you need something or somebody that needs something down there are numbers already set up. On the Texas side, you can call 311. That is the state number, just 311, and they will hook you up with anybody you need. If it's for food, it's for clothes, even the company that makes Tide detergent. They have two trailers over there right now where people can wash their clothes and dry their clothes. So, and that's free. You just go out there and use it. FEMA has trailers that are set up with showers and hot meals from what is it, Red Cross. So it's just amazing all the stuff that's out there. How long is it going to last? I don't know. I don't think anybody really knows, but I do know that there are people out there ready to help you. If you need something, please ask. And that, my friends, is for everybody. It does not make a difference if you have documents or not. Si tienes papeles o no tienes papeles, no te mortificas, puedes a pedir ayuda. You can look for some help.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that information. And so yeah, and as a friendly reminder, if you know any topics or anything that you wish that we talk about during the Zoom meetings, and we have Zoom meetings with elected officials, or you want us to interview an elected official or an organization, always you can send us, like I said, here on Facebook or Instagram, Snapchat, or WhatsApp or Twitter, and we will respond to you when as soon as possible and try to set that up for that issue, for that matter that you want us to talk about. Um, so yeah, and also give us a like on Facebook and follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram and TikTok and all social media pages.
And also, by the way, if anybody's listening out there and they got a business, we're looking for sponsors. We always, need a little helping hand as well from our side of the coin. Uh, Doing all this stuff, it cost us a little bit of money, not a lot, but a little bit of money to. We have to do the internet. We have to get our computers going and buy all that stuff, and of course the phone calls and stuff that we make. Right now, we're getting enough funds to cover it, but we want to expand. So we're looking at maybe getting some bigger sponsors involved. Behind us, as you can see, I do not have a green screen yet because green is not my favorite color, except money. Money will be. But you can see my partners, they always have that thing back there. We would be more than happy to put your logos back here behind us and talk about you and tell you and bring you onto the show if you want to and talk about your product. We have no problem with those kinds of things. And just to show you what a nice guy and what nice people we are, I'm going to give everybody a little tip. The best Shipley's donuts, and this is not just me, but this is according to the donut people, inspectors, judges, whatever in Houston. The best Shipley's Donuts is located on 34th and Ella. They're open till midnight, and they are considered the best tasting donut. If you go there, you can tell them, hey, can I get some day old donuts? They will sell you a dozen day old donuts for $1.
Oh.
So, hey, if there's anybody out there that knows that guy over there, tell him we're looking for a sponsor.
All right. So yeah. So you're listening to us and you watch this video later. We're looking for sponsors. And like Eduardo said, it costs money to have some meetings, costs money to have, to do all the work. And it's time consuming also, but we don't mind doing the work. We like what we do. We like to advocate for the Hispanic community. And we wish that there were more advocates for the Hispanic community. Hopefully in the future, we get more advocates for the Hispanic community. We get more politicians and statesmen, people who are involved in politics. And like Eduardo said, we do need sponsors. So if you have a taco stand, a restaurant, or a donut, coffee, we love coffee. If you have a coffee shop or anything, you want us to promote your business, put it in the background here, like here, or do something like a commercial or something small and say, hey, come to this business, and we promote it. And we actually go there. We can actually have the Zoom meetings there or meetings. And
yeah, we could do that. Yeah, we could do that. Another thing too is that you have to think about little things like this. When you're first starting out in business, or when you just started out in a new job, and let's say that you're having to put together a meeting, or you're one of the guys that has to go to a meeting. Let me tell you something, guys. If you stop at the donut shop I just told you about, and you buy a dozen donuts for $1, and you show up at the meeting with donuts, guess what? Everybody's gonna like you. And when you start talking, they're gonna listen to you. They're gonna say, hey, you know what? When you sit there, you say, I think we should buy a brand new whatever. They're gonna say, you know what? This guy knows how to buy stuff, man. Let's get him the job. So you'll be very popular when you get donuts. And when you can get them for $1, you ain't got to tell those guys that. Hey, if they don't know that, that's their problem, right? Yeah. But you can get it for $1. Show up with a dozen donuts. Man, I'm telling you what. You can invite me to the meeting. I'll go.
If you have coffee, I'll happily go too.
There you go.
So yes, it's a friendly reminder. We have a schedule set up already, and we have issues that we're gonna talk about. And obviously, if you contact us, and we have a phone number here on Facebook, we also have an email. You can always email us, so to suggest a topic or subject or a matter that you want us to talk about, or a problem, and we are happy to talk about it. If the issue involves the Hispanic community, obviously, because the Zoom meetings and everything we're doing is for the Hispanic community. We're trying to give a voice to the Hispanic community, and friends of the Hispanic community are always encouraged to share, topics, suggestions, and ideas. And sometimes we deal with topics, matters, and issues that are not only for Hispanic community, like the education. It's for all.
Or the census. Yeah.
The census is for all. So yeah. One subject that we're gonna be talking about also is that Hispanic purchasing power is gonna be an interesting one. Sometimes you're gonna deal with matters that are political. They're very political, and that sometimes they're easy to talk about. Sometimes they're difficult to talk about because how politics is. And we're also going to be dealing with issues about human trafficking, for example. We're going to be talking about, and we have Eduardo, who has, who worked as a federal agent, so he has a lot of experience. So yeah. So like I said, if you want us to talk about a subject or something, just send us an email, reach out to us. And also, if you want to promote your business, also send us an email. If you want to promote your business, please send us an email, and we'll be happy to talk to you And if Eduardo, if you have anything else to say.
Nope. I just again once again I just want to say thank you to everybody for letting us. As you can see, tonight's show is just a short show. We're just having fun, trying to let everybody know we're really happy about. We're getting ready to start a whole new thing for our little show here, and we're looking forward to it. So today is kind of we're just kind of relaxed and having a good time. But we're going to be talking about a lot of serious things. We have things that ahead of us that you have no idea how important and how big these things are going to be, and they're going to be very effective for you guys. We're talking things that you don't normally hear about, but we're going to bring it up. We're going to find out. We're going to ask questions, and it's important. Like, how come, our kids when they go to the dentist, uh, why are they not given the same treatment that other races get in our communities? Why is that an important issue? Why not? I mean, we have a buying power that is huge, and that buying power, it affects everything. And I know there's a special channel called Mirasa on regular TV, and all they do 24/7 is sell terrenos and carros. That's all they do to our community. Why? Because they know we've got some money. We need to be able to do better than that. How come the other dealers, car dealers and stuff like that in Houston are not doing the same thing to us? Why are they not giving us deals? Why do we have to go to a Hispanic channel to get our good deals? Think about that.
So yeah, so we're gonna be dealing with shows for with dealing with topic subjects that are important, like big, that affect the Hispanic community, but also we're gonna be talking about things that there are small in a sense. You want to put it in a bigger picture. They're small, but it affects the daily life of people. In this case, it affects the daily life of Hispanics. So so yeah, so stay tuned. Like a friendly reminder, please give us a like here on Facebook if you're watching this. Give us a like on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. Add us in Snapchat. Follow us in our also in our LinkedIn page because we also have a LinkedIn page about our social media. Um, so so yeah. Other than this, thank you for watching us today, and continue watching our meetings, and stay like I said, stay tuned. We're gonna have talking about important issues, and also we're gonna have important guests. The guests that we're gonna have, that's a different story because some of those guests are gonna be important. Some of those guests we cannot disclose that information. So for you to watch us, so we're not gonna give you the list of the guests. Some that we already have. So it's like suspense. Oh, whoa, who's the guest? So yeah, so we're gonna have some important guests. So stay tuned. Bye. Have a great night, y'all.